On the evening of February 2, 2025, tragedy struck the skies over Washington, D.C. An American Airlines flight en route from Wichita, Kansas, collided with a Sikorsky H-60 Blackhawk helicopter. The collision occurred in the vicinity of Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, sending shockwaves through the nation and prompting immediate investigations. The devastating crash resulted in the loss of all 67 lives aboard both aircraft, marking a somber day for the aviation community and the nation as a whole. The American Airlines flight was on its final approach to Reagan National, a bustling airport serving the nation's capital. The Blackhawk helicopter, engaged in a routine training mission, originated from Fort Belvoir, Virginia, a military installation located just south of the city. The two aircraft, operating in a complex and congested airspace, met in a catastrophic intersection that has left many searching for answers. The immediate aftermath saw emergency responders rushing to the scene, but the severity of the crash left little hope for survivors. The investigation into the cause of the crash is being spearheaded by the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, and the National Transportation Safety Board, known as the NTSB, both highly regarded agencies with a strong commitment to determining the factors that contributed to this tragedy. The investigation is expected to be lengthy and complex, with officials meticulously analyzing radar data, communication logs, and wreckage to piece together the final moments of both flights. Preliminary findings from the investigation suggest that the helicopter crew was alerted to the presence of the American Airlines jet mere seconds before the collision. This crucial detail, gleaned from air traffic control recordings, has raised immediate questions about the actions of the helicopter crew and the potential role of air traffic control procedures in the moments leading up to the crash. While it is too early to draw definitive conclusions, this revelation has fueled speculation regarding potential contributing factors. One area of particular interest for investigators is the issue of air traffic control staffing and procedures at Reagan National Airport. The airport, known for its challenging approach due to its proximity to downtown Washington, D.C., has long been recognized as having one of the busiest and most complex airspaces in the country. The airspace around Reagan National is heavily restricted due to security concerns, with numerous no-fly zones and altitude restrictions in place. This complexity places a significant burden on air traffic controllers responsible for guiding aircraft safely through the area. As investigators delve deeper into the circumstances surrounding the crash, they will be scrutinizing air traffic control logs, radar data, and communication recordings to determine if errors or oversights played a role in the tragedy. The FAA will be under intense scrutiny to provide transparency into their operations at Reagan National, particularly regarding staffing levels, controller training, and adherence to safety protocols. The recent tragedy at Reagan National Airport has cast a spotlight on the unique challenges faced at this vital transportation hub. The airport's location, nestled along the banks of the Potomac River and just minutes from the heart of the nation's capital, presents a unique set of operational complexities. Reagan National consistently ranks among the busiest airports in the United States, handling a constant flow of commercial flights, private jets, and government aircraft, all operating within a tightly restricted airspace. The proximity to downtown Washington, D.C., while offering stunning views for passengers, also means that aircraft must navigate around numerous landmarks and sensitive areas. This results in pilots having less margin for error and relying heavily on precise instructions from air traffic control. Furthermore, Reagan National has shorter runways compared to other major airports, demanding a higher level of precision from pilots during takeoff and landing. Adding to the complexities are the nighttime visibility issues that have been a long-standing concern at Reagan National. The bright lights of the city, reflecting off the Potomac River, can create a disorienting effect for pilots, particularly during challenging weather conditions. Despite these challenges, Reagan National has maintained a relatively strong safety record. However, there have been near misses in the past that have raised concerns. The recent tragedy at Reagan National Airport has brought renewed scrutiny to the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, the agency tasked with ensuring the safety of air travel in the United States. In the aftermath of the crash, questions are being raised about the FAA's role in overseeing air traffic control operations, pilot training standards, and overall aviation safety protocols. The agency has faced criticism in recent years regarding staffing shortages, funding challenges, and a perceived erosion of safety standards. A 2023 FAA safety review revealed concerning findings, including inadequate, inconsistent funding, staffing shortages across various critical departments, and an erosion of safety standards. The review highlighted the urgent need for increased funding to address staffing shortages, modernize aging equipment, and bolster training programs for air traffic controllers. The chronic shortage of air traffic controllers, a problem that has been exacerbated by retirements and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, has placed a significant strain on the nation's air traffic control system. Training new controllers is a lengthy and demanding process, taking up to 3 years to fully qualify, leaving some positions unfilled and placing additional pressure on existing staff. This shortage has raised concerns about potential fatigue among controllers, which could increase the risk of errors. Adding to the agency's woes, the FAA has experienced a high turnover rate in leadership, with 3 administrators in as many years.